In this video, we're going to take a look at 2 new templates for the Canvas starter site. This is going to be Mega Menu Pop-Up Style 1, both in light and dark mode. You can go ahead and grab these templates from the MyListing Club website. Just go to mylisting.club, and then under the Resources menu, just go to Elementor Templates, and you'll arrive at the screen like you're seeing on my screen, and you can grab these 2 right here. Okay. Also, be sure to check out the build notes for Canvas. So if you go under Resources and Starter Sites, and we browse down to Canvas, eventually it's just going to be Canvas. That's what we're working towards. We're going to have the one starter site in light and dark mode going forward. And this will be much easier to navigate. It's going to be redone as well. But if we go into Canvas, I really want to draw attention to the build notes. So if you scroll down to the bottom, this is where it's going to educate you on everything that I've done to create the site, as well as this specific template. So if we look here under this accordion, mega menu pop-up, it gives you a little bit of explanation and the thought behind it. Some of this stuff goes into greater detail, but there's not a whole lot to explain under this particular template. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. So as I said in the build notes, you could technically use this as your entire navigation for your MyListing websites. If we were to go to the front end of Canvas, you could have your logo, your search, you could have your user menu, your cart, your direct messaging icon, and your CTA, but you could replace this entire menu structure if you wanted with just, say, an icon or a word, like you just call it menu or whatever it is that you want to call it. Maybe just call it explore, whatever you want to call it, but you can turn these in one thing, one CTA, whether it's a button, an icon, a word, whatever, and turn it into a link that links to this pop-up that I'm showing you here. And you could tailor this mega menu to be whatever you want. So this is kind of like a quick way, if you're not familiar with how to set up mega menus, like within Elementor or an Elementor add-on or custom code it by hand. Good luck with that. But this is a really quick way to get a mega menu up and running for your site. And it's beautiful and responsive and all that stuff. The only caveat I would say is that if you are really, really strict with your SEO and things like that, I wouldn't treat this as your entire navigation. I would treat this what it's initially designed for. And I designed it to be kind of a complement to your navigation. So what I mean by that is if you go to the homepage of Canvas, for example, and then, maybe here is you could have a link here that brings this up somewhere, a link somewhere that brings this up. So I'm not saying you have to use this exactly as it is. You can tailor it however you want with whatever components and links you want in there. But if you want that, it's meant to be a complement. Maybe you click get started, instead of going to a get started page like I've got here, maybe the get started brings up this. You can get creative, really, really creative with how this is done. But this is a template that came over from the Val starter site, which is being shut down, decommissioned this weekend, coincidentally. But I took it and completely revamped it, modernized it for performance. It's built completely with the latest and greatest stuff from Elementor, so it's performant and it's designed according to best practice. Okay, you can also take this and use it anywhere on your website. Slice it, dice it, call it from a button, call it from anything, anywhere, and bring it up, right? This is a great starting point for you to do that. Okay, but again, before we get into like a responsive mode and all that, just a quick point, like and some of it's not at the end of the world, but an SEO purist, I do SEO, but like a real SEO purist may say, yeah, but Ryan, this doesn't have like that schematics for SEO. It doesn't have that nav stuff in there. It doesn't have, all of that HTML in there that's for nav, for SEO. Okay. But an argument could also be made, how much value is that really adding? Has anybody really showed you statistics, or they just say certain things for whatever reason, for whatever their purposes may be? Like, I'm pretty confident you could roll with this, even if you really wanted to, as your main navigation, if you wanted to, and you would be just fine. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say. You just got to go whatever route you want to go. But I've provided you with the design and the mechanisms to use this for all kinds of stuff. All right. So here's the desktop mode, obviously. We've got a little on hover here, just a little indicator that we're hovering over it. The icons change there. Same here with these CTAs. We've got some little hover design. Tablet, everything looks good. And then mobile, everything looks good. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at dark mode. Obviously, on your website, if it's a dark mode version, this background is going to be probably not going to be white. It's going to be dark. So if that were the case, I've got this design, this border and stuff designed to accommodate for that. Same thing, we have the indicator here. The icons are changing color on hover. So everything's got a hover state for accessibility and things like that. Okay, let's switch over to tablet. Everything looks good. Again, this down here, don't worry about that white. That will go away on a dark mode website. And then last, we have mobile. And all looks good. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, take this pop-up and use it all throughout your site for different things. Catch you guys in the next video.